What's going on, everybody? It's the Hook Cam back again with a film preview. This time I'm making my prediction. I'm putting it on the table. I'm telling you guys who I think is going to win the AFC Championship game. I believe that this game is going to be won by the Chiefs. We're going to take a look at a little bit of the film from Week 10. Now, when we're looking at Week 10, I've seen a couple of Titans fans commenting this in other videos. It does need to be known that Jurrell Casey and Jaylen Brown were both out for that game, okay? 100% true. Jurrell Casey's an absolute force in the middle of the field. Jaylen Brown's a stud linebacker. But on the Chiefs side of things, Eric Fisher, one of their starting tackles, was out for this game. Alex Okafor, another one of their starting interior defense, or excuse me, I think he's an edge guy. But one of their defensive linemen out for this game. That's a big deal. So with all that being said, let's dive into a little bit of this film and how I believe the Chiefs are going to attack the Titans. Now, the Titans in Week 10 ran a ton of cover 3 against Mahomes, which is totally fair. That's what you should be doing, right? 3, right? We have covering this deep third, and then deep third from down here, and they're basically passing anything off in between. With these guys, of course, he's going to be curl flat. We're going to get curl flat down here from, I believe, this cat. But again, running 3 because you just don't want to get beat deep against Mahomes. There's always that threat of that long bomb that they're going to burn on you. Next thing you know, you're down a score, right? But this is one of the ways the Chiefs combat that, right? Without just taking shots deep. Okay, they set up little pick routes like this. Phenomenal job. Roll Mahomes out, get that ball out early. You're getting it out to Sammy Watkins, right? You're really just trying to push up field with Tyreek Hill here and then having Sammy Watkins come across like that on a nice little pick. Roll him out of the pocket so he doesn't have to deal with that pressure. Get that thing out early. Love those for drive starters. Absolutely love those for drive starters. Really for anybody who's mobile enough to do it. There's only a few guys in the NFL who can't roll out like that now. So the second thing, this is another quick game that the Chiefs are going to do again to just combat that 3, because what do we have here, right? We have deep third. We have off coverage. I believe that they roll the safeties. This might be a cover 4 look, a quarters look. So they're going to roll pre-snap. So when you have corners that are off like this, one thing offenses will do is they'll just get this ball out quick, right? So we're going to tap him on a nice, I believe it's just like really, 3-step curl. Get that ball out, let him get loose, right? Because all you're trying to do in this situation is you're just creating one-on-one matchups. Okay, you got Tyreek Hill, is one of the fastest dudes in the league, one-on-one with a corner. Okay, it doesn't matter how good that corner is. He's one-on-one. He's going to have a chance to break that thing and get some yardage. Even there, he should be wrapped up. He ends up spinning away, picking up some good yardage. So those are the first 2 things I believe that they're going to try to do as far as their quick game goes against this Titans defense. Now, we're going to take a look at how they combat the cover 3 in the vertical sense, right? Because there's always that deep threat with the Chiefs, right? This is just a really simple verts concept. That's all it is. And it's going to mess with teams. Yes, this is from when they play the Chargers. Completely different look here. So when we look at this pre-snap, just so you guys can see what I'm looking at as far as defensive backs go, deep third, and then this is going to be your next deep third guy, right? It's Cloud technically, but he has no threat, so he stays low. Okay, but again, you get this deep third, you're going to run your number 1 and your number 2. Boom, getting them upfield, right? We sit right here because we're trying to attract safeties, attract eyes, right? Now these guys have to make a choice. Are they going to drop off to this crosser, right? Or are they going to come up on this? Well, he's going to come up because he doesn't see this. He's not looking for that, and he knows that he's got safety help over here. So he thinks that safety is going to end up taking that. And this is the thing with the Chiefs offense, right? Now we're just going to sneak this guy right across the safety at like 30 yards downfield and complete a ball. It's just insane. The capacity that this deep ball offense has is just next level. So let's take a look at it for how they did it against the Titans, right? Again, we're getting cover 3 out of the Titans, right? Dropping here to the deep third, dropping here to the deep third, and dropping here to the deep third. So we do a little short motion with Tyreek Hill, motion him across the field. This is another thing that the Titans were doing, which is why this opened up. Okay, they were lining up both backers on the line of scrimmage, and they were telling them to drop in front of number 2 and number 3, right? Not a bad idea. You do that in case there's anything quick, and then you can kind of set it up for trying to pick the ball off, yeah, but again, you're just there to make the tackle, right? You're not always thinking like, oh, we're going to pick this ball off. That's not necessarily how you're always thinking as a defensive coordinator. But, right, we run these crossers across the field. Now what you create, right, you have these cats who are running the wall off here, and you have our guys who are running as fast as they can. They can see as well because they're looking. They're not staring at the quarterback. These guys' eyes are on the quarterback. Nope, we're getting deeper right into that open field, into that open pocket, and completing that ball. Okay, that's just one of the ways that they're going to try and combat that cover 3 that the Titans are going to run. Another example of it here. This is really just a deeper version of sticks. I love this route concept. This is sick. Again, they're just going to roll their safeties pre-snap. Boom, you see it there. Okay, deep third, deep third, deep third. Okay, technically cover 3 cloud. He's going to take anything that comes to the flat over here. And again, see what they're doing with their backers, trying to wall off, right? Well, what do? They're going to sit him down. They're going to run him on and out, and they're going to get him upfield, right? That's where you create your pocket right there. Okay, and the ability of this offense is insane. Any ball on the field that's available, Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to complete. He has one of the best throwing abilities that we've seen in a long time. I think Rodgers was close, but I think Mahomes definitely, I would say, has an edge when it comes to stuff like that. But that's irrelevant, stupid conversation. Anyway, moving on. The elephant in the room for Chiefs fans who are watching this video. How in the hell are we going to stop Derrick Henry, that Pepsi machine with legs who's running over everybody in the backfield? How do we stop him? Well, there's a couple of ways you can go about it, okay? First things first is you have to match personnel. Okay, we got 12 personnel here. I can almost guarantee you that it's probably 65+% of the times when the Titans have 12 personnel in the game, they're running the rock. They're either running wide zone or they're running inside zone. They sprinkle a little bit of power in there to keep things saucy. But that's about it. So here's what the Chiefs are going to do to combat it. This is technically an underfront, okay? This is the strength of the formation to the 2 tight end side, right? We have our 1 tech right here on the center. We have our 3 tech on the back side, right? We have our technically 5-ish, I guess, 5 on the outside of the tackle, all right? This backer, technically, I would assume that he's on the line, right? That's how I would, if I was going to scheme this up as an offensive guy, I would count him as to be on the line, right? But they just play really good gap sound football here, right? They're not going to bring a bunch of run pressures and try and mess him up that way. Nope, they're going to play gap sound football. He's in this gap. Don't get pushed around. Now, watch the key to this thing, right? And it's really obvious to say that, but here's what I'm talking about, okay? Double team on the nose tackle. Boom, right here. Right, but see how we're not losing yardage right away? We're not getting pushed into the laps of these backers. These guys are able to make moves. They're able to plug up gaps. Really good job on this. Okay, really good job. And the other thing, look how we're hanging on to the center here, right? Because if you look at this thing pre-snap, I'll tell you exactly where these 2 cats are going, the center and the right guard. These 2 are comboing to these 2 right here. This nose to this backer right there, to that Sam backer. That's where they're pushing to. Not able to get there because this nose tackle does a great job getting hands on the center and not letting him get there. Now my backer can come up and fill, right? We're filling backside gap with this other linebacker, and we're just playing good gap sound football on the defensive line. That's all it is, right? Derrick Henry still ran for 188 against the Chiefs in this game, which I understand is a ton of yardage. He also ripped off like a 68-yard run. Not that saying he ran for 120s, a lot better. But still, the Chiefs did show signs of being able to stop Derrick Henry somewhat, right? You're not going to be able to completely shut Derrick Henry down in a football game right now. You're just not going to. He's going to break 1 or 2 runs on you. That's going to happen. But you have to do everything in your power to match personnel, play the percentages, and be smart about where you're lining your guys up. Now, here's one of the things that I really do think that the Chiefs are going to do. This is, to me, is going to be their crutch when it comes to stopping the run on 1st and 2nd down. Okay, right here. Again, we have 12 personnel. The Chiefs are lined up in a 5-man under. This is one of the popular ways that you shut down the running game in a 5-man front, right? Some teams like the Packers love to run a bear front, right? They'll put this nose head up on the center. They'll put another defensive end on as a 3-tech. It's defensive tackle, whatever you want to call it. And then you have your 2 edge defenders on the outside. This is just a 5-man under, right? Strength of the formations to this side with the 2 tight ends. There's our 1-tech. Here's our 5 head up on the tackle. There's our 3-tech backside, and then our other edge defender. But we bring up a linebacker right here to be on the outside shoulder of this tight end, right? Sometimes they might bump, but since they're so zone scheme, I would assume that he's going to play right here. And if Derrick Henry tries to bounce this, fine, then bounce it out. We got guys swarming on this. But again, that 5-man under, it makes it difficult to try and move double teams, right? It makes it difficult to call double teams because we have one more guy on the line of scrimmage essentially, right? But still, these 2 are comboing to right here, okay? But we're going to plug right here with our backer. We're going to plug right here with our backer. Now, these 2 are working to this cat, right? But you're fast. You're playing mean with your defensive line. You're getting hands on offensive linemen. You're not making it easy for them to get off and get onto these double teams. Nope. Doing a good job coming downhill with our defensive backs and getting hands on Derrick Henry before he can really get running. That's a really good job out of the Chiefs defense, and I expect to see that a lot on, tomorrow, I guess. Jeez, tomorrow. Now, one other thing that the Titans like to run a lot of is weak side wide zone. Every team likes to run a lot of it. The Titans have just been very effective. They've been very, very good with how they're running this. Now, here's one of the ways that the Chiefs defended it, and it worked, right? It doesn't work all the time, but this is one of the ways that they defended it, and it worked. I do think that they're going to take their shot with this. Now, you're a little bit susceptible to inside zone when you run it this way, but wouldn't be shocked if they line up in this. This is a wide 3 techs, right? So we have our 2-3 techs on each side of the line of scrimmage, our 2 edge defenders right here. But what you do with this wide zone now is you make it really difficult for the running back to bounce this thing outside, because we're playing firm right here with our end, we're playing firm right here with our 3 tech, and we're giving the ability for these backers to flow and make plays. On top of that, our defensive tackle here, this 3 tech, does a really good job not getting pushed around. See how he keeps pretty square? Right there, it looks like he's getting mauled, but he keeps pretty square to the line of scrimmage, right, and doesn't give Derrick Henry a good read on this. He keeps the offensive line, both offensive linemen's shoulders, pretty square to the line of scrimmage. Not a lot to read here, right? He can try and keep this thing here, but he doesn't know where this red helmet is, and he does a really good job coming off to this. Okay, really good job by that 3 tech hanging on to that center who tried to scoop him on that, and solid job by the pursuit of the Chiefs defense on this one. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope that I shed some light onto what I believe the Chiefs are going to do. I think that there's stuff there for them on offense. I do think that they win this football game. Let me say this is my disclaimer. I would not be shocked if the Titans keep this thing close. And if you're the Chiefs, you want to get off to a fast start, right? And it sounds obvious. It sounds almost rhetorical to say, right? Oh, of course you want to put up points early. Absolutely. But you put up 14 on Tennessee early. You put up 10 on Tennessee early. You try and force them out of their game plan. It's the same thing that the Titans did to the Ravens, right? You put up 7, 10, 14, 13 on them early. Well, now we can't run the same stuff we want to run because we can't afford to chew that much clock, right? We don't know how these next possessions are going to go. We have to take more chances. You have to get the Titans out of their comfort zone. I expect to see a lot of 5-man over, 5-man under fronts from the Chiefs. I expect them to play run-first defense. You'd be foolish not to. On offense, I expect them to take their shots, take what the defense gives them, and really finds ways to attack this cover 3. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me. I'm excited for some good games of football coming up here. So anyway, guys, with all that being said, I'm the Hook Cam, and I will see you next time.